Alright, what's happening, everybody? So this is, I think, part 5 of the Dragon Warrior series. I've been trying to figure out if Dragon Warrior is good, and my answer is mostly yes. I've got a small change in the deck list this time. We're trying out Portal Vanguards, added back in Shadow Flame, Suffusion. No Dracorex in this version, I think, is the biggest change, because I love Dracorex. It was hard when I saw this list and I saw that there was a couple variations of it. It was hard to let go of Dracorex, but we're gonna see how this does. It's a very to the point kind of version. And the next part of this video series, I'm gonna have another one that's a little bit spicier, a little bit of a change up from what I've done before. But let's see how this one goes. I have a feeling this will make the games quicker. Not sure if that's because I'm winning or losing, but we will certainly see.
I must protect the wild.
Now you're sailing on my seas.
Alright, Druid is first. I don't see these being very useful early game. Green Wing's normally not a keep either. Only problem is I need a dragon to activate Dark Rider turn 1. But I think this is fine. I do like upping the dragon count with Portal Vanguard. Obviously taking out Dracorex, is only a +1 in dragon count. But that is one of my main gripes with Dragon Warrior is sometimes you just don't draw enough dragons. Okay, this is a pretty good hand. Normally I would lead Dark Rider Gift Wrapped Whelp, but Depths into Stonecarver is so strong to have a 5/5 on turn 2.
What now?
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do.
Choose.
It's kind of hard not to. Some of the best games I played with Dragon Warrior started with turn 1 Depths, turn 2 Stonecarver, and then just bashing for 5, then 7, and they're just immediately on their heels. I have had people scoop, though, to turn 1 Dark Rider Coin Whelp, so there's that also. Scoop meaning concede, sorry, Magic the Gathering terms. Yeah, let's just run the plan. I could Whelp or Dark Rider here also. I don't hate that. Let's run the Dark Rider, actually. Ooh, there's a Dracorex. And it'll cost less. I do like Fire Rock. Twilight Dragon's pretty snazzy, though. Anytime you get +4/+5 on a Dark Gift, I'm very inclined to take it. A 6-mana Dracorex seems very valuable, though. I'm just not sure how valuable it would be against Druid. Yeah, I'm going to take the Twilight Drake. The other two cards were so much more powerful, but that power bump is... the stat bump is so hard to ignore. I think it'll help me close out the game faster. How rude.
Step forth into the time ways.
Stadium Announcer is fine. Yeah, I'm going to keep that. That's not bad. And then we'll do this. Good thing I played the Dark Rider, because now I can get rid of this nonsense. Now I got a 7/5. Yeah, I go back and forth on whether the hiking trail location is good, but it seems like decent value. Okay, they're taking some damage. Question is, do I poke my Stonecarver again? I want to play Twilight Drake. It'll be an 8/10. Stadium Announcer helps me deal more damage now before they drop another. I assume they have another taunt minion they're going to throw out there ASAP. But yeah, Twilight Drake seems like the right call. Stadium Announcer might be a little greedy. Yeah, let's do this. Dash for 11. Yeah, that represents lethal, so I guess that's fine. Part of me feels like Stadium Announcer was the right call, though. 13 plus 5 is 16. I wouldn't be representing lethal unless I had a good weapon. Yep, like I said, taunt minion. So they're still going to take 11, so that's nice. I could Stadium Announce. Yeah, you know, I think Stadium Announcer is a play here. Yeah, because if I can get a weapon that would kill this guy after I hit it with the Portal Vanguard, then I just hit him for 19. Yeah, like that. Yeah, okay.
Don't tamper with time.
And that's how you do it.
Mighty visage.
Very strong draw. That's what I was talking about with the Twilight Drake. It seemed like it was wrong not to take it because of the extra stat bump, and it did end up working out. The Dracorex or the Fire Rock would have been powerful, but it would have been delayed power. And I think in this situation, it seemed like delaying the power was not the right call. I'm still unsure how I feel about the Blood Fighters in Dragon Warrior. They're definitely powerful, but I've had times, like in a version of the deck like this, I'm not a big fan of them because you don't have extra ways to draw them. When you're playing like Plucky Paint Fin or like Quality Assurance is nice because you can draw the taunt one. But when there's other ways to draw them, I feel like they're a lot better. So, great hand. So, I'm not a huge fan in this case, but I don't know. I could be wrong. They are just, 7 mana 7/7s that sometimes have an added benefit. So, there's that. That's powerful enough in most metagames, probably. Let's just do the old 1-2 like last game. Yeah, I love starting games like this. Absolute favorite with this deck. Ooh, okay. Quest Hunter it is. It could be the Discover, like, Tracking Hunter, but won't know until we see.
Proportions look good.
Interesting play. Okay, they got more? Please don't have more. Sure. So I could use one of these on the dude, but I'm just gonna Broodkeeper so I have another body. Oh no, but I don't have a body! Oh, that was super misplay. Sorry, guys. It wasn't lit up. I should have known. Oh well. I'm so used to having a dragon in my hand. See, this is, again, my big gripe with Dragon Warrior. Sometimes I'll just autopilot and be like, wait, I didn't have a dragon. So be careful of that when you play, because things like this will happen. Shoot. Let's see here. Let's do this, I think. Good, there's a dragon. And then we're going to pop this. And then Peddler will come down next turn, which is great. The other early game curve that I like a lot is Whelp into Peddler, turn 1, turn 2. That's usually really strong. Wow. They're just throwing bombs over there. So my choice is basically do damage to their guy and get a Dark Gift, but then I've got like a Peddler left over, which isn't great because I don't have any dragons. I think Green Wing and then attack here is probably better. Because that does set me up for Peddler next turn. I don't love it, but I think it's okay. Okay. Sandmaw is a little annoying, but very manageable. Yeah, it's kind of hard not to do this, I guess. Yeah, I love that the removal spells in Dragon Warrior net you a card. That's not bad. Dragon Turtle's pretty good, but I'm not going to have a Dark Gift. It'll just be a 7/11 for 4, which is pretty good by itself. Less than or equal to this minion, so I can destroy a 3 attack minion with that. I kind of like Ham the Hungry, though. That seems solid here, especially with charge. Yeah, again, like last game, it's hard to ignore that +4/+5 on a Dark Gift.
What now?
Yeah, it's also a dragon, so it contributes to the peddler route that I'm trying to go here. Yeah, we're just gonna smash face. And so far in this series, I've played... Yeah, I guess if this is part 5? What part is this even? I gotta check now. But so far I've played a different Dragon Warrior version in each of these. Yeah, this is part 5. So I've played 4 different versions before this, so I highly recommend checking them out. I feel like this is a good mix of different types of Dragon Warrior decks. I think one of them I played like a silly brew with Dragon Turtle. It was just something I kind of came up with. It wasn't very good, but I do like Dragon Turtle a lot. I think it's a pretty solid card. But, it can be hit or miss. I think the Bloodfighter's the way to go here. Because the 7/11's great, but these guys will chain into each other. And I can just bash for 7, and then they have to deal with my guys. Question is taunt or elusive?
Many from one.
Let's do this, I think. And then... yeah, I guess that seems fine. Let's do the elusive one for now.
In the ring, God define.
Let's go.
These could belong to a brand new species.
Very good card. Yup, there's their quest reward. And they get double. Yeah, that's pretty good. So 2 mana, 8/6 and 4 attack beast doubled. That's crazy. So they're getting 6 cards. All right, really gotta do some serious damage now. Interesting. So yeah, let's just, I think, keep dropping bombs here. So this is going to enable Wind Peak Worm for next turn, which I would assume is going to kill them. You know, no life gain or armor or something. That seems very out of character for, well, I mean, they could, well, they literally just dropped, yeah. Like I just said, armor or life gain, and they drop both. Okay, so no longer have the win in my sights. That's crazy. Yeah, can't be mad at it. That was very well played. Yeah, what do you even do here? I think they've basically got it. I can win Peak Worm that guy, kill this guy with one of my minions, but then they've still got more than enough to take me out, so that's the way it goes. Dang. So had I played the Dragon Turtle on that turn I played the Blood Fighter, I would have been able to play the Wind Peak Worm. I don't know. Did I misplay that? I might have yeah, I think yeah. Okay, so I think I misplayed that one for the loss, but that is the way it goes.
Peace is not always the answer.
Now you're sailing on my seas.
So against Mage, this could be okay. I don't think I can justify keeping Stadium Announcer. It's a nice way to keep the momentum going. Like if I had a 1 and a 2 drop or something and a Stadium Announcer, that's not bad, because that gives you a way to just bam, bam, bam. Yeah, I think I gotta throw all this away. Yeah, against Mage, you need a very strong start. Alright, this is a decent start. So I'm gonna lead, I think, with the Stone Carver here. Hopefully that pulls a little bit of resources, though I would hope that they use removal on that. It also makes it so that they can't use the drink spell, because dealing, 1 or 2 damage to this guy is not very good. I guess they could use it twice, but if they want to do that for the Stone Carver, I'm totally fine with that.
What pretty battles!
Now we've got turn 3 Portal Vanguard. It gets pumped by Peddler into a Stadium Announcer. Seems pretty solid. Interesting. They're not doing much so far. I like that.
Step forth into the time wave.
What do we get? Whelp is okay, but I think we can do better. Let's see if we can do better. Alright, well, we tried.
Battle perfection!
Follow the flutter wings.
Okay then, so they're imbued mage. Very interesting. You don't see this one too often. So, Sanguine Depth seems awesome. I could go like... what do I do here? It's a lot of ways to play this. Yeah, there are quite a few ways to play this. So to make sure I don't run out of time, let's start with this. Oh, not that. I'm probably not going to make this. Dang it. Let's just take something. Yeah, not. Son of a gun. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. So ideally, I'd be, using the Sanguine Depths to pump up the Stonecarver, but I could have, like, poked this guy and then attacked there, then got through for a little bit, but I don't think that's really worth it. I was just hoping to get an activation out of this at the bare minimum. But if you've watched the stream before or my videos, then you'll know that one of my fatal flaws is thinking too long and then not getting all of my plays out in time before the rope finishes. So that's the way it goes. I can only assume this is very likely the ice barrier. That is the most common one in my experience. Yeah, Dragon Turtle seems great here. Okay. Could have been much worse, I guess. Not sure how concerned I should be about going wide. Because if I go too wide here, they could sweep the board with something. That's going to be a 3-2. It's going to pump up this guy. Yeah, I think it's probably best to be a little bit conservative with my play here. Don't want to just get blown out because I went too heavy on the board. Yeah, Imbue Mage, I feel much more confident rather than some of the other mage decks that are, running around. There it is, Flame Strike, good. I had a feeling I was overdue for some kind of, like, sweeping removal spell. Stadium Announcer's okay. What should I do here? I could do Quality Assurance into a Green Wing, but obviously Green Wing is gonna get smacked by this guy. Let's see what this does. Sunscreen's not bad. And they do just have a 1-2. I think this is worth keeping. It's not ideal, but since they have a bad weapon, if I rewind that, my chances of them getting a better weapon could mess up the rest of the game here. But I think actually the right call here is probably just going to be face. Let's get ourselves a little Dark Gift. Sure. So we've got some decent top end with our 9 and 10. Not my favorites. They were kind of quick picks. I'm sure there were better options in the Tortola discovery, but
I remember this place well.
okay. Elise could be a problem, but hopefully we can keep enough pressure. Yeah, if we keep enough pressure on them, then it may be difficult for them to come back here. And it is great that their weapon's gone because of Stadium Announcer. That'll help a lot with our momentum here.
Go on, Miss Just.
Means we're not going to randomly get like blizzarded or, ice barrier get thrown up there. Giving them a little bit of time. Yeah, you want to give a mage player the least amount of time possible. Okay. I think Dream Planner seems okay here. Dream Planner for damage. Ooh, very good. So yeah, they're just dead. So we're gonna give me extra attack and kill them. Alright, good stuff. 2-1. Yeah, this version of the deck seems decent. I still miss Dracorex. I love Dracorex as a card, but I think with a deck like this, you're just trying to go early game, Hulk smash, and see what happens. And the The Dragon Warrior decks that don't have like very good like late game are not my favorites. This one's doing decently so far. We'll see if that keeps up. But my favorite so far is the Curator version of Dragon Warrior because it's got good late game. It's got good card advantage with a lot of the draw engines in it. I would be interested to see how Portal Vanguard does in like the Curator version. I don't know if there's room for it, but it definitely seems interesting. Probably worth trying. Okay, so against a Hunter. I like Stone Carver, but I normally don't love to keep him if I don't have depths early. Because I would probably rather have a dragon here. I like Shadow Flame also, but probably not a keep here either. Cool. It's an okay hand. Quality assurance isn't great, but we will make do. I am looking forward to the next part of this video series. So this is part 5 of the Dragon Warrior series. Part 6, what's the thing called? Keeper of Flame, I think? There's a card, Keeper of Flame. It's like 5 mana. All the minions in your hand get +3/+3, and then in 3 turns they're destroyed. So seems like it could be fun. This costing 6 for a 4/6 is okay. I think Dragon Turtle might be the play here. Because for 4 mana, I'm going to get 5/8 worth of power. Nah, let's give this a try. Might be the wrong call, but I think it's worth testing to see. Because that gives me a better-ish curve. Dragon Turtle's nice. But I already have 2 4-drops in my hand, and it's very unlikely I'm going to get the Battle Cry ability off of it, so... Well, not what I wanted to do here, but it'll draw me 2 minions. Yeah, I love when Quality Assurance can draw you Curator, and then Curator's going to draw you more things. It's just, I love the draw engines in Curator, Dragon Warrior. It's nice to see Mixologist getting some serious play with this Tracking Hunter deck. Because I love Mixologist, it's just a fantastic card. For it to have a home is amazing. Dark Rider's decent, but I think we can do much better. That Dark Rider would have activated... Wow, and we get a Whelp. Welp, that's the way it goes. I'll shut up now, I'm sorry. But that Dark Rider would have activated the Dragon Turtle's Battle Cry ability had I taken that. But I didn't think it was worth the possibility of not getting something. Yeah, good old Sylvanas, Verisa, and Alaria. I think Green Wing's probably the play here. I could do like Whelp plus Portal Vanguard, but I think Green Wing has a little more effect on the battlefield. A little bit harder to answer, plus it gives me things to follow up with. Interesting, alright. Mixologist gets back Mixologist. Sure thing, okay. I normally find it correct to play Dark Rider whenever possible. This with charge seems pretty good. So I can just deal 16 and possibly kill them. Yeah, let's see if they can kill this one too. The illusions off of Green Wing are so powerful. There have been games where I'll quality assurance, get 2 illusions, and people are just done. Because if you got enough board presence already, it either protects the guys you have, or it applies more pressure. Sometimes that's all you need, just to push you over the top to get to lethal. Okay. They're gonna freeze? That doesn't seem like the right call to freeze here. I would assume they're gonna get some other value. Yeah. Hopefully they didn't get anything too good off of that. I think Stadium Announcer is the way to go, because if I can get them down to 16, and then on turn 9 just bash for 16, that would be perfect. We're gonna rewind this. See if we can get a little more in here. Okay, not the best, but that's okay. Let's go like this.
Many from one.
Alright, so got him down to 16, so just gotta live to turn 9, and should be in the bag.
Sisters, my arrows shall strike down our foes.
Fair enough.
These could belong to a brand new species.
I think they still have the minions off of Bob, so hopefully they didn't get multiple copies of Sylvanas. That would be backbreaking. Alright, you're welcome for the weapon, buddy. Yeah, let's just do this. Gotta get rid of this guy. That's way too powerful. Alright, 2 more turns and we can just take him out. Just double shot with the Wind Fury.
Sisters, my arrows shall
Wow,
strike
they did.
down
Okay.
our foes.
Yep, Sylvanas is what they got off of the Bob. That's unfortunate. They still had a card left from turn 5, which was the same turn they did that, so I assumed they were the same card there, but that was the card they drew on turn 5. That's crazy. Triple Sylvanas, that's, yeah. Not good.
Sisters, my arrows shall strike down our foes.
So that's going to do that, but thankfully now I have a 12-12 taunt.
Quickly.
So just got to live through turn 8. They're sitting there like, okay then. That sucks. Cool. Oh, thank goodness. That's helpful.
A recurring dream.
Yeah, I gotta get those other guys out of the way. So let's do this. Let's do this. And I think I gotta armor here, because they've got 15 power on board. Yeah, I think the armor's necessary here. Alright, fingers crossed. Just need to survive this turn, and I've got it. No taunt minions, no life gain, no armor, no shenanigans, please.
could put a price on
Ah, they better not gain life off of this.
I could.
Shoot. They could also use that to take one of my minions. Yeah, gain control of a minion. So they may have the win here then. This guy. He is indeed a grifter. Shoot. So if they take that, I think they can still attack with it, so I'm just dead.
I moves quickly.
Interesting. I think, was there a... Yeah, I think they could have just taken my 12/12 and attacked me with it. Okay, well, looks like we got him. That was lucky. Alright, 3-1 after 4 games. Can't complain there. Did it have elusive? I guess it had... Oh, it had elusive from the previous... Or no, that was the rush one. Yeah, and then I played the taunt one. So yeah, they could have taken the 12/12 and just killed me, I think, that turn. Crazy. Oh well. Works for me. Normally I like to go to 10 games, but not sure if I'm going to with this deck. It's a decent deck, but I'm not in love with it.
Now you're sailing on my sea.
Like, I don't know how well this deck would fare against, Death Knight. I have a feeling it's very weak to Shaman, which, in my opinion, are two of the best decks in the format. Discover Mage is probably in the top 3 best decks. Yeah, I don't love it, but this gives them a target to hit instead of my face, which is kind of helpful against Demon Hunter. Taunt is great against them. Divine Shield, Wind Fury on a 1/2. Yeah, let's go Soldier. So it'll be a 7/10 with Taunt for 5 mana. I like it. Should give us a little bit of help against their aggression. I was thinking about turn 2 coin Vanguard, but I think turn 4 coin into this guy is probably better. It also gives us turn 5 Wind Peak. Yeah, if you can outlast Demon Hunter's early aggression, then should be okay. If they have a Serpent next turn, though, that's real bad.
Step off into the time ways.
Broodkeeper's okay. 2 mana 4/5 with a weapon. Not going to do that for a couple of turns, though. Let's rewind. I think a Blood Fighter would be the ideal minion to draw here. Okay, well, I got no choice in the matter, apparently. What are the odds of that? Probably so low. 2 out of 23. Twice. Yeah, that's crazy. Sure. Okay, no Serpent is awesome. So yeah, kind of hard not to just do this. That makes it much harder for them to hit my face now. elusive on this from the Dark Gift is also very helpful. Wow. Alright. Go for it, broski. Yeah, if they're using all those resources on that, I think I'm okay with that. So I'm just gonna follow up with Wind Peak, probably poke this guy, gain some armor. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay, so they are Spell Demon Hunter.
Forces of night.
Holy crap. Okay. So that could be a problem. And that's going to deal 2 damage to all enemies. I can kill it. I've got Precursory Strike, Shadow Flame, and Sanguine Depths. That's for 5 mana. Leaves me with no other plays this turn. I could play the other Sanguine Depths, I guess. Actually, that's not bad, because then I can just pop the little grub. Yeah, I don't love it, but... Ooh, not that card. But it works. This could be pretty good. I don't hate this either. That's actually not bad if it's dealing 3 dominant enemy minions. This has a lot more potential though. So we're going to do this, and pop that, and that. We're alive!
Mysterious orb, what is your wisdom?
Yeah, seems pretty good. Yeah, those could be any number of traps. I don't know that there's a way to get through this here. Yeah, the hounds were a big help right there.
What now?
Yeah, I don't see any way for this to work out. Like, no matter what I do, I've got to take damage by attacking something, whether it's these two. Yeah, like this is going to attack something, and then I still just die on the backswing. Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Really put the old him. I choose death.
Alright, 3-2 after 5 games. Not bad. Let's get a couple more games in here real quick. Yeah, that's super crazy. Very, very quick draw for them. Spell Demon Hunter sometimes is a little laggy, but they had a very good start.
versus Raw.
For Doomhammer. Now you're sailing on Mars.
Double Peddler is great, especially... Oof! Okay, this is a hand. So normally I would throw this back, but because I'm playing against Shaman, I think this would be a great thing to follow up these guys with. I think I'm going to go turn 1 Coin Peddler, turn 2 Peddler, turn 3 Whelp, hopefully, plus something else. Then I've got turn 4 Greenwing. I kind of like that. I think that's better than like the lottery of whatever else I might draw instead of Greenwing. Because Shaman can... Oh! Okay, not what I expected from Shaman, sure. I'm tempted to Whelp now. Because if I play Peddler and they attack it and both the Death Rattle damages hit the Peddler, then I'm in a much worse position.
Now
I could Stonecarver, actually.
I must choose.
Yeah, let's run the Stonecarver. Hopefully that incentivizes them not to attack it. Because you kind of got 50-50 chance for each of the damage. Okay, that works. Wow. Okay, I see your Peddler with a Peddler.
What pretty petals!
Very interesting. You don't encounter a Shaman deck like this very often. Like Elementals and Dragons? Oh, just, okay. Just all sorts of stuff. Peddler seems a little out of place, but to each their own, I suppose. Hopefully this hits the Peddler. Nope. Alright.
What pretty petals!
So that'll be a 2-4, that'll be a 2-5. I don't think I should care too much about this guy.
Petal
Sure.
perfection!
Okay. Not bad. Peddlers did not hit all Peddlers.
I draw forth.
Yeah, the more I play this deck, the less in love with it I am. Like I keep waiting for just a real bad matchup or something. I feel like there's just it doesn't feel like this is the most powerful thing you can do with Dragon Warrior. It's definitely good. Seems more consistent than some of the other versions of Dragon Warrior. Kind of hard not to do this. I think we just bash. I kind of want to kill this guy just in case of shenanigans. Yeah, let's do that. Like they could go like Firefly plus the little flame. I guess. I don't know. Pretty unlikely, but yeah, win peak this guy. Yeah, I was gonna say I got a pretty good board state at this rate. All right, 4-2 after 6 games. 11-11-2 is my legend rating now. For those of you guys that have never been to legend, if you don't play, like if you take a day off, your rating will go down. Like, because there's always people like making it up to legend, like the ratings are always fluctuating around. So I took a couple days off for like Christmas and all that. Legend, my rating went down like literally thousands of points.
Is mine, suppose. Now you're sailing on my seas.
Yeah, great hand. Okay, Broxigar tells us they are likely Spell Demon Hunter again, but I have seen versions of like aggro Demon Hunter with Broxigar where they're still playing like Battle Fiend and Sock Puppet and stuff. Just a little less common than the standard Spell Demon Hunter decks. Okay then. Yeah, we're just gonna go double Whelp and start bashing. Hit the same Peddler. Look at that.
To see.
So, pretty decent potential here. Alright. Yeah, Illidari Studies is a very good card. Yeah, we're just gonna do some damage. I can't imagine I would draw anything that would keep me from playing Dark Rider into Peddler. Like, I think it's better to play Peddler here than pretty much anything else. Like, Portal Vanguard I might think about, but Peddler's just better. Yeah, not playing that, okay. What we got? Ooh, Green Wing's good. Fyrak actually at 8 mana is very powerful. Divine Shield, Wind Fury, also pretty powerful. I like this because that gives us a 4-drop for next turn, which could potentially power out a Windpeak Worm the following turn if we draw it. It's always good to be aware of that with Dragon Warrior. Sometimes you don't have a Windpeak Worm, you're like, you don't think about it. Turn 4, you don't play a dragon, you play something else. You're like in this situation, you could be like, I'll just Quality Assurance set up for the next turn. Then you draw a Windpeak Worm and it costs 8. You're like, dude. So, wow, alright. Immunity is pretty good, apparently. Like I said, there's the Windpeak. That worked out very well. Yeah, if they want to kill this guy, I don't think that's that bad, because I'm going to... Yeah, I'm dealing 8 to their face now. Yeah, I'm not even going to sweat it. And this is kind of what I meant about, like, kind of slow spell Demon Hunter 2 games ago. Sometimes they can kind of drag in their early turns, and they're just kind of catching up. And that's kind of how this game is going. The Illidari Studies for the I-Beam was pretty good, but they didn't really have much else to, like, follow it up with, per se. Yeah, they gotta kill that guy, but now they're just dead. I guess they don't know it yet, but they're dead.
You really put the old hero into it.
Okay, despite not being in love with the deck, 5 and 2, doing very well. Pretty quick games right now. Yeah, I still feel like I'm just going to come up against some matchups where they're essentially unwinnable. Because I've got great early game and kind of mid-ish game in here. But, for example, if a game goes real long, like if I get through 1 or 2 Blood Fighters, and like you play against Mage, you play against like Control Warrior. If you're unable to hold threats back so that you don't get blown out by removal, then you could stand a chance, but it's just very unlikely you're going to be able to keep up with whatever they're doing much later in the game. I don't think I can keep any of these. Rogue does have some blowout draws, which I might want removal for, but I don't know that I can justify keeping these here. It would hurt my early game so much, and I think the best chance I have is to have a solid early game. Getting the Dark Gift minion could help, but the difference between 2 and 3 damage is quite a bit. I think I'm talking myself into this. I think this is wrong, but it may give me a little extra chance against some early threats they may throw out there. Because Rogue is full of shenanigans. Even after the Sandbox Scoundrel nerf, they've got quite a few things they can do.
Rot number 802, welcome to the collection.
Yeah, I don't hate this here. It's not very good, but I think it's gonna kind of serve the purpose that I was thinking. Stonecarver's okay. It seems pretty likely that Stonecarver will die if I drop him here. Yeah, I think, yeah, the Dark Gift is a nice little bonus here. Sure. 3 mana, 4/3. Whenever I gain armor, +2/+2 and attack a random enemy minion. I think that's worth trying. And plus it's got charge from the Dark Gift. Is it a dragon? No, it's a beast. Yeah, let's just bash for 4. Let's have some fun here. Yeah, Dark Gifts have really defined the standard format. Creature of Madness is so powerful. Nightmare Lord. What is it? Xavius. Super powerful card. Dubious Purchase. Also super powerful card. That was one of my favorite cards to play when I was playing Rogue. Could go a couple different ways here. I don't hate Greenwing. Normally Greenwing's great to get out there pretty quickly. You know, I think I'm going to do this, actually.
Step forth into the time waves.
Nice. Dream Planner's okay, actually. That's not bad. There are much worse things I could draw. Yeah, I'm going to keep that because... So, the main reason I'm going to keep it is because Rogue has some ways that they can just spam the battlefield. They can just throw out... God, what is the card called? I can't remember for the life of me what it's called, but it costs 1 less for something. So essentially you can play like a very cheap spell that makes a bunch of minions.
Oh, have you filled out the paperwork?
And they took it. Okay. Deja Vu. Very powerful card. Yeah, Rogue has some really good cards right now. But I don't know that... because they don't have as much combo potential, Sandbox Scoundrel being nerfed was such a huge thing. I know, I talk about that a lot on stream. Forgive me if I've complained about it before. That one hurt. That one really hurt. So yeah, now Greenwing is great. But it still will die, but it allows me to attack for 6. Throws some illusions in my deck. It's possible I could get a weapon that kills their minion, and then I can just continue the momentum forward. I don't know that that's worth risking, though.
What now?
Yeah, let's give this a try.
Don't tamper with time.
Sure. So yeah, drawing out a Hex is great. Means it doesn't get used on something bigger, I suppose.
Oh, have you filled out the paperwork?
Polymorph and Shadow Word Ruin. Not the greatest.
Step forth into the time ways.
Broodkeeper's an okay draw. I think I'm gonna try and get something else though. I thought about hitting face, but they could pick up some serious momentum here. So if I take 9 and they have other things, like for example, if they have a way to clear my board and I take 9, I'm in a really bad spot. So if they clear my board and I take 4, I think that's much more reasonable. So it just feels like it gives me a little bit more potential here, but oh jeez. Spellburst, attack a random enemy minion, and there it is. Shadow Step on Creature of Madness, pretty good. That one's going to trigger first because it came in first. Yeah, really solid. This is what I'm talking about. If I had also taken another 5 here, that would have been pretty bad. Not the end of the world, obviously. But I think when you're playing against Rogue, you have to be careful of the momentum shifts, in my opinion. I'm thinking Stadium Announcer plus Peddler might be the way to go.
What now?
Yeah, I think they put the Creature of Madness guy on top, so whatever they discovered has +4/+5, which will be a problem. Thankfully, Polymorph and or Shadow Word Ruin will help with that, but that could be rough. Let's see what Stadium Announcer gives us. Volleyball is not bad. That's not the greatest one to give. I don't like that very much. Sure. We're going to rewind, take a shot. Let's do that, I suppose. Yeah, pretty good upgrade there. Alright, so a little bit of shift in momentum. Hopefully we can hold on to it. I also really hope they don't play Garona and cut my life in half, because I have King Lane in my hand. But that's a risky run. Wow. Yeah, like I said, you gotta be careful of the momentum shifts. Rogue has some very powerful cards. So let's do this, because that'll also hit their face. I guess I could have gone the other way around. Whatever. Took an extra 2 damage I didn't have to take.
Proportions look good.
Let's get this out of my hand. And let's make a 5/5.
Rock number 802, welcome to the collection.
Dethrone, good god. Well, I really don't want to use my polymorph on that, but I'm pretty sure this... Where is it? Well, okay. Wow, seriously? Of all things to draw. Yeah, I think I gotta use the polymorph on that, but let's see what we draw off of King Lane first. Not bad. That does enable other things. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. Currently don't have a dark gift. That would be dope otherwise, though. I guess a 3/10 with taunt is not bad for 4 mana.
I must choose. Avast ye. Pleasure affords.
That's pretty good. Ayah. Well, hopefully I get some blood fighters. Show me blood fighter. Thank you.
Avast ye.
I could do this and then hit something else, but I think it's okay. That works.
In the ring. Trust your ally. Choose.
Believe it or not, I think I'm just gonna use this to pop this guy. Not a huge deal, obviously, that they have it, but I think every little bit will count here. So, like, this is a good example of what I've been talking about. If they're able to grind through most of my resources, like if they get through these blood fighters, then I could be in serious trouble. Like, I assume they're going to take the blood fighter off of this guy. Oh, just deal, what is it, 12 damage, I think, is their... Jeez. Okay. Like I said, momentum is shifting. These rogues are tricky. So this with Divine Shield is pretty bad. Or the Wind Fury, I mean. The Wind Fury part is very bad. This will kill my own guy, but thankfully I'll get a 12/12 with taunt off of it. 6 damage to a minion, so... Why don't I do... Yeah, let's do this. So we're gonna bash. This will kill the 2 minions. I got a 12/12. And it's got elusive, so it can't get hit by their 12 damage spell. Am I dead, though? Does theirs deal 12 damage to anything? Maybe I'm just dead. Yeah, whatever. We'll find out. I get the feeling I'm just going to take 12 to the face right now, but we'll see.
Oh, that's sweet of you.
Wow. Okay then, that works too. Alright, 5 and 3. Yep, alright, I'm 8 games in, might as well play the last 2. I could have played that game better, I think. One of the tough parts about, you know, consistently playing new decks like this is it doesn't give you, you know, a complete chance to really know the deck inside and out and what you should do in all different matchups and scenarios. Because, like I said, don't love this deck. I think there's definitely some holes in it.
You asked for it.
Now you're
I think there was a shot to win that game, though. I have this feeling that I should keep Stonecarver, but I don't know that I can justify that feeling with logic. It's nice to have, but unless I have Sanguine Depths in my... Wow. Unless I still have the second best 1-2 play, but yeah, unless I have a way to back that up, I can't just hope that I draw it. Doesn't seem good. I was really hoping that would hit the peddler, but okay, fine.
What pretty petals!
Sure. Pretty solid.
Step forth into the time ways.
Dream Planner is decent. I think I can do better, though. Another Portal Vanguard. Alright, whatever.
Perfection.
Good enough, I suppose. Yeah, Protoss Mage is arguably one of the best decks in the whole format. It's just so good. Colossus will kill basically anybody, and surprisingly quickly. I think we're just gonna go for it here. Yeah, let's run this.
Look good. Petal perfection. Immersed, yea.
If I get blown out, I get blown out, but I think by this point in the game, I need to have some forward momentum. And I think kind of... yeah, unless... Jeez, okay. Yeah, Resonance Coil is a card. But if I kind of like dole my threats out too conservatively and I don't apply enough pressure, then they're just gonna very easily assemble combo and kill me. There's a Wind Peak.
Step forth into the time ways.
I'm gonna keep that, actually. Like I said, just gonna try to go very aggressively now. I like this. That's great. That's great.
Petal perfection. Leave the egg. Immersed,
So that'll deal 7 damage to a random enemy, likely their face, plus hit them for 7 with charge. So if they can't clear the board here, then I've got really solid pressure I'm applying. Oh no. Okay. That could have been much worse. Good. Like if they Colossus there, then could have been bad. But I think Colossus costs what, 12? So yeah, no, they could not cast it. Interesting choice. Let's just go face and see if we can, let's see, what do I poke? I think we spread the power around here.
Leave the egg. Don't tamper with time. Dive and destroy.
It's looking good, but Mage can pull a game out of their ass real easy. Like that, there we go. Sleet Skater, I assume they're going to play the mini also. Kind of have to. On the 5/5? Yup. Okay, so now it's more of an uphill battle. How do I want to play this here?
I wonder.
Find me in
Leave
the
the egg.
dream.
Alright, yeah, that's what I decided to do. That was a tough position. I guess I could have Blood Fighter, but I think getting the green wings out there will mean that even if the board gets cleared, then I have something else that could potentially give me, like, blowout potential. Oy! See, I also thought about attacking the Sleet Skater for recursion potential, but I decided against it because they were at such low life. But now it's just, ugh, now it's biting me in the butt. Alright, 11 more armor. That's fair. Mage is doing what Mage does. Man, that's really unfortunate. Okay, so... So at this point, I don't want to overcommit to the board, but I do have to keep the forward momentum. Like, another recursion of this would be pretty bad, but I don't know that I can justify killing it. Like, they play Youthful Brewmaster and very likely play two of them because of Colossus and other things that they can get good second and third uses out of. I don't know if that's something... Yeah.
Leave the egg.
Yeah, I think I just gotta go for it here. That sucks. Let's also... Let's play the other one since I have the other quality assurance. And we'll throw this out there. Yeah, 22 armor over 2 turns will really sway the game. So at this point, I just really need to watch out for something like Blizzard. Sure, that's, yeah. So that buys them more time so that they can set up Colossus better, or shoot, yeah, just delaying heavily. This is unfortunate. And this is exactly what I was talking about. I feel like I'm going to play against a deck where the matchup is just horrendous. And this isn't per se a horrendous matchup. It had potential. But Mage is just very good. It's very difficult to... Wow, that was lucky. But Mage is just so much potential to sway a game. Basically, that was 2 turns that just changed the whole trajectory of the game. Yeah, this isn't great, but I think, yeah, good stuff, good stuff. So these, it's much better to have 2 of those now. I was hoping to save this for finishing the game with him, but because the board is clear, I think this is not a bad play. I would assume they're going to bob and freeze my guys again after this. So this at least lets me get some damage in there while I still can. Like, very likely they've got a bob or another blizzard. They could just Colossus the board away even. Which Colossus is an argument for a blood fighter. But this could go many directions. Another Sleet Skater would be real bad. Thankfully not the end of the world. They'd probably hit like this and this, or one of those 2 guys, gain 13. And then I could attack for 15 the following turn, so they're still alive, but they would obviously need more than just that. Whew, okay. Yeah, that was lucky. I think normally the mage should be able to pull that out. So 9 games in, 6-3. Pretty good. Pretty good. This will be the last game here. Yeah, very surprised at the performance of this deck. It's very straightforward. You're just playing dudes and attacking with dudes. I mean, maybe it's a sign of my proficiency with Dragon Warrior now, because this is like part 5. I've played quite a few games with Dragon Warrior. I think Portal Vanguard adds a good little edge to the deck. More dragons plus extra draws. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I like Portal Vanguard. I don't think that that's ever gonna be a keep, though. So let's see. My losses came to Quest Hunter, Spell Demon Hunter, and Rogue so far. So let's see if I can redeem myself with this Rogue matchup. I think this could be very helpful. They tend to spam the board, but that is very late down the road. And if I'm going to do that, Dracorex is probably better. So let's do Dracorex. Good old Dracorex. I don't love it, but I think this is fine. I generally like to use Quality Assurance to get some illusions to kind of help push that momentum forward more, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Three drop would be really nice right here. Not a 3-drop, okay. I'm gonna do this. Sure. Oof, okay. Creature of Madness into Creature of Madness is not a good sign for us. Hey, what up, artist? Ugh. Man, yeah. Okay, Fey Trickster is interesting. So that's probably going to draw them... I think Dubious Purchase costs 5? Does Dubious Purchase cost 4? I don't remember now. Shoot. I think this is the Yeah, this is probably the play. When in doubt, just start throwing blows. Look ready for war. I appreciate artist. I am always ready for war. Is what we do, man. Is what we do. Okay. Yeah, they're playing much bigger minions than Rogue normally does, so that's unfortunate. Let's see. Yeah, elusive here is annoying because I can't just Shadow Flame it. I think Wind Peak smacking this guy is pretty solid play, though. Yeah, I've got so many 7, 8 drops in my hand. I'm just going to do this and this. But like we saw in the last game with Rogue, like 2 games ago, the momentum can shift very quickly. So... okay, then. Gains 7 armor, swaps each turn? Sure. Question is, do I Blood Fighter here? I think I Stadium Announcer here. Definitely not going to be able to kill them, but... discover a mech. Okay. Yeah, Stadium Announcer, hopefully getting a good weapon, I think is the best bet. +2 attack if you've discovered this turn. And they got Tusk Piercer. I don't hate it. I could rewind that, but I think this is good enough. And I think because I'm likely to play a big minion next turn, I'm just going to do this now. There it is. Alright, so 7-3 after 10 games with this version of Dragon Warrior. I don't hate it. Like I said a million times in this video, I don't love this deck, but I think it's got a lot of potential. It's very straightforward, so if you want to play Dragon Warrior and don't want to have to, like, you know, worry about Curator and all this other stuff, this one is also fairly cheap. Ignore the King lane there. But, like, you know, Dream Planner and the Blood Fighters are the only legendaries in this. So pretty cheap to build and pretty effective if you play it right. So, yeah, I definitely like this deck. Definitely recommend. Keep your eyes out for part 6 of the Dragon Warrior video series on YouTube, because that one's going to have, what is it, Keeper of Flame or whatever. I think that's going to be a spicy one. I don't think the deck's going to be that good, honestly. But I think it'll be worth testing out and seeing, because there's potential there. Anything that'll give everything in your hand +3/+3, you gotta try once, right? So definitely check out the YouTube. And a big thank you to you guys that are already following on YouTube, commenting, all that type of stuff. I hate asking, but it makes such a big difference. So if you enjoyed the video and you got this far, then drop the follow, drop a comment, whatever, you know, something. Makes a huge difference. And big thank you to you guys that are watching and enjoying the videos. It's really nice that people are checking this out, but also just like engaging with it, and you know, it's opening up conversations about Hearthstone, and it makes me feel really good also to know that some of these videos have helped other people play some decks better, you know, just get back into the metagame. You know, the metagame's a hard thing to figure out. I won't rant on this too long, I swear. But the metagame's a tough thing to figure out. So being able to have a good grasp of the metagame so that you can play your deck effectively is a really huge tool. Like, a lot of people think, oh, I can just take a good deck and then just go play. But if you don't know how to play around things, or you don't know what you're playing around, then you can still just get blown out in a good matchup for you. So, so yeah, the metagame stuff is huge. Definitely worth learning, and that's part of why I talk about that type of stuff so much with the decks. It's not just playing a good deck, it's playing a good deck, playing it well, and knowing what you're trying to avoid, what you're trying to play around. So much love, guys. I appreciate you watching.